Hello everyone, my name is Sam Jenkins, and today I'm going to talk about the case Group M India, the human dimension of digital transformation. So I'm going to start off by giving a little company overview of Group M India. Then after that I'm going to talk about CVL Srinivas, who is the CEO of Group M South Asia. And after that I'm going to talk about the digital maturity of Group M India as a whole. And then I'm going to talk about 4 internal challenges that Group M India is currently facing. These challenges are a product gap, a people gap, profile gap, and partnership gap. So company overview. Group M was the media investment management arm of WPP. WPP is the global leader in marketing communications services. In 2012, the WPP group consisted of 165,000 people and over 3,000 offices in 110 different countries. Group M was also the largest media agency network in the world. The company had $90.8 billion in worldwide billings, which was 35% bigger than its nearest competitors. Clients chose Group M because of their specialist expertise on a brand-by-brand rate basis. The agencies provide clients with above and below the line media planning and buying, as well as specialist sponsorship and branded entertainment. The Group M in India was created in 2001. The India Group M started off having strong growth and successfully scaled up its offerings over the following decade. It established specialist agency brands to differentiate itself from other networks. The Group M in India accounted for about 6% of the global billings in 2012, which is about $5.6 billion. By the end of 2012, the Group M India had close to 40% market share. So CVL Srinivas. CVL Srinivas is a media veteran of over 20 years. He became the CEO of Group M South Asia in 2013, which happened to be a tough time for the advertising industry in India as a whole. He was part of the startup team at HTA Fulcrum, which is now Mindshare Fulcrum. This was India's first media standalone agency for the Unilever business. When Group M in India was formed, he helped set up Maxis and later took the agency brand to Asia Pacific as its first regional CEO. Maxis is now one of the global agencies of Group M and owes a large portion of its success to its India operations. Srinivas was also with Madison Media for about 6 years. During his time with Madison Media, he became the COO and helped make Madison Media one of the most respected media agencies in the world. He has a mechanical engineering degree and also a postgraduate degree in business management. So digital maturity. When Srinivas took over in 2013, media planning and buying was the core business of Group M India. However, there have been signs showing steady growth in non-core areas in recent years, to the extent that these were becoming central to the company's business and organization. The reason that this was happening was due to digital. Digital was beginning to change the media landscape, and when Srinivas took over, the company was not digitally mature at the time. Digital only accounted for about 6% of media investment in 2012, and there was a tremendous room for growth. Time spent on mobile devices had doubled from 2012 to 2013. In 2011, India had 120 million internet users, with projections for this to more than triple by 2015. Facebook also had 82 million monthly active users in India by June of 2013. All of these are reasons as to why there's tremendous room for growth for digital in India. Srinivas understood that the company needed to start transitioning from practices of the old world to practices of the new world effectively. This means that they needed to begin to invest in new tools, knowledge, skill sets, etc. Srinivas said the company had 2 options. They could follow the same trajectory as before, without rocking the boat, or they could acknowledge that the future could look very different. The first option Srinivas knew really wasn't an option, if they wanted to continue to grow and become digitally mature. So the first internal challenge that the company in India is facing is a product gap. One of the priorities for the product gap for Group M India is that they need to focus more heavily on digital media rather than traditional media. Traditional media includes things such as TV, radio, newspapers, billboard ads, and magazines. Digital media includes things such as video hosting sites, search engine marketing, social media marketing, and email marketing. Traditional media has always been the company's strong focus at Group M India. When Srinivas took over, he began to see that 70 to 80% of conversations with clients were about digital media instead of traditional media. Another priority for the product gap that needs to be addressed is that the clients in Group M India are measuring product performance differently. Clients are looking at outcomes, which are the results of certain actions taken. Group M, on the other hand, is looking at outputs, which is the amount produced by a person or the amount of information produced by a computer in a certain amount of time. Group M looks at outputs such as reach, frequency, gross rating point over outcomes to measure product performance. As for initiatives, Group M needs to invest more in digital media in order to remain competitive with their competition. They also need to measure product success like their clients are by looking at outcomes more so than outputs. The traditional way of measuring product performance has been through outputs, but that doesn't always guarantee that the customer is happy. I read an article in the Harvard Business Review that had an example of this that said that a company could find a way to deliver a product to a customer faster, but the product delivered to the customer could be the wrong product. Clients care more about results. Sometimes the output may not need to be as high in order to still have a good outcome, and in the end, the outcome is all that matters. Second internal challenge that Group M India is facing is the people gap. There are several different priorities that need to be addressed for the people gap. One thing that needs to be addressed is the early career attrition rate. Young people seem to be only staying with Group M for 2 to 3 years before they move on to a startup or other e-commerce player. Another thing that Srinivas noticed that needs to be addressed is how the digital specialists at Group M India seem to be operating in silos, which is when people don't work together much or share information with one another. There are several things that the company can do to address these issues. For the early career attrition rate, they could offer their employees a flexible work schedule. They could also make sure that their employees know that they have a career path at Group M India. Showing the employees a projected career path can give them a sense of direction and purpose. A third thing that they could do is to give these young employees more recognition for their hard work. For example, if a young employee gets a difficult project done before deadline, make sure you congratulate them and make them feel appreciated. To address issues of operating in silos, there are several things that they can do to stop this. One thing that they can do is to have collaborative training exercises for the digital specialists to get them working together and communicating better. Also, they need to be sure that everyone is working toward common company-wide goals, because when people have the same objectives, they are likely to communicate better. The executives should be communicating these objectives frequently so that they become part of the company's culture. So a third internal challenge that the company is facing is the profile gap. One of the priorities that has to do with the profile gap is that the clients are learning more about the trends on the internet rather than from media agencies. Another priority that needs to be addressed is that most of Group M's clients are in the traditional businesses such as the automotive industry or the luxury industry. Their clients are typically ranked number 1 and 2 in their respective industries, but they just do not have as many digital clients right now. As Group M starts focusing more on digital media rather than traditional, their profile will start to change, and they'll be able to give better advice to clients on digital matters. Initiatives that need to be taken once this happens is that they need to focus more on attaining more internet and technology clients. They also need to keep up with media investment trends so that they can stay one step ahead of their clients. So a fourth internal challenge that Group M India is facing is the partnership gap. One of the priorities that was mentioned in the case that needs to be addressed for the partnership gap is that Group M Media is not fully read with sufficient depth and breadth of campaigns to be confident about what would work on mobile and to recommend strategic solutions to clients on mobile. The initiative for this is that Group M needs to partner with companies that can help them provide these digital solutions to clients and help Group M become more future ready. In the case, it talks about how they were in talks with 4 to 5 new ventures that could be potential partners. They should partner with as many companies as it takes in order for them to be able to provide clients with all different kinds of different digital solutions. So these are my references, and this is the end of my presentation. I wanted to thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving.